I can get coordinates of point P from the two lines. As the two lines are intersecting, I can say that the point P is going to satisfy both these lines. So solve them. So if I multiply first line by 3, I'm going to get 9x minus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0. And second line is x plus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0. So just simplify. Minus 3 plus 3 cancel. 9 plus 1 is 10x. So 10x and plus 2 is equal to 0. That means value of my x should be minus of 1 by 5. So I have my x coordinate as minus 1 by 5. Substitute x is equal to minus 1 by 5 in any one equation. Suppose I put in this, so that would be 3 into minus 1 minus 3 by 5, 1 minus 3 by 5, 5 minus 3 is 2 by 5. Okay, so second coordinate or y coordinate would be 2 by 5. Now I have both the coordinates. I have coordinates of D and I have coordinates of P. If I have both these coordinates, I can easily get equation of line dP by using my 2-point form. What is my 2-point form? X minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1. Here in this case, I have x minus x1. What is my x1? 2 upon x2 minus x1. So minus 1 by 5 minus of 2. Y minus y1, y2 minus y1. So that's 2 by 5 minus of 2. So after simplifying this, you'll get one equation. Just put those values one by one, and whichever point satisfies that line is going to be my answer. Any doubts in this question? Or we can see the next question. Okay, we'll move to next question. Question number 2. This was asked in your 2020 exam. Let ABC be a triangle where the vertices are given to you. Vertex of A is 1 comma minus 1. Vertex of B is 0 comma 2. And vertex of C is x dash y dash. So you don't know C. Area is given. Area of this triangle ABC is 5 units. And one more information is given, that this point C, it also lies on the line 3x plus y minus 4 lambda is equal to 0. Your question is, what is the value of lambda? Okay. So what is given to us? That ABC are vertices of a triangle and area of triangle is given. So let's utilize that. Area of triangle is given as 5. I know area of triangle formula, it's half x1, x2, x3. So 1, 0, x3 coordinate is x dash. Y1, y2, y3. So minus 1, 2, and y dash. And here I have 1, 1, and 1. This area is given as 5. Now area is always going to be positive. However, value of this determinant, it can be positive or negative. So I'm going to take mod over here. Because when I'm going to open this, 5 and this 2, it will become 10. Shifting this 2 to other side. And if I open this mod sign, it will values are going to be plus or minus of 10. And just open the determinant. I'll open by first column because there is 0 present, so simplification is easy. So that would be 1, 2 minus y dash plus x dash minus 1 minus 2, that's minus 3. Therefore I can say 2 minus y dash minus 3x dash is equal to 10, or 2 minus y dash minus 3x dash is equal to minus of 10. Therefore I have 3x dash plus y minus 8 plus 8 is equal to 0, and this would be 3x dash plus y minus of 12 is equal to 0. So in this particular case, I've just opened my determinant and I've written two equations. I hope that everyone knows how to solve a determinant, so I'm not going into much details. If you have any doubts in any step, you can ask that, or else I'm going to proceed. It is given this, that C point lies on the line 3x plus y minus 4 lambda is equal to 0. And we have got the two lines as this. So value of lambda, just compare this. Your first parts are 3x plus y. This part is minus 4 lambda. And over here I have 8. Over here I have minus 12. So simple, my 4 lambda from this first equation, it should be equal to 8, which gives me lambda is equal to minus 2. Or from second equation, I can say minus 4 lambda is equal to minus 12 from this, which gives me lambda is equal to 1s or 3s are. Lambda is equal to 3. So answer is this or this. So pretty straightforward. Area was given, therefore we have equated with area. The only point to remember is that when you're opening your determinant, take plus and minus signs over here. Don't just take plus sign. If you only take plus sign, you would only get one value of lambda minus 2. If you're considering both, you'll get two equations. Compare this with the given line of equation, and that's your value of lambda. Perfect. Let's see next question. This question was also asked in your 2020 exam. From any point P, on line x is equal to 2y, a perpendicular is drawn on this line y is equal to x. Let foot of this perpendicular meet at point Q. Find locus of midpoint of PQ. Okay, so the question states that there is a perpendicular drawn from one line to another line. It's drawn from point P to point Q, and I have to find that midpoint of line PQ. So let's start with the diagram. One of the lines is y is equal to x. So suppose this is the line y is equal to x. Another line is x is equal to 2y. So let us say this is my second line, x is equal to 2y. Perpendicular is drawn from any point P. Suppose that point P is here. Perpendicular is drawn. So this. The foot of that perpendicular, or it meets at point Q. And now I have to find equation of this midpoint. Find the locus of midpoint. So R is equal to question mark. So how can I get the value of this R? I can get value of R by using midpoint, because I know that R is midpoint of PQ. But there is a problem. I don't have values of P and Q. So first I will need to get the coordinates of P, and I'll need the coordinates of Q. How can I get values of P and Q? Equation is given, y is equal to x. So if I say my x coordinate is alpha, y coordinate should also be alpha, as y is equal to x. So both will be same. And in this case, equation of line is given as x is equal to 2y. So if I say that my y coordinate is beta, x is equal to 2y, so that is 2 beta. Now I don't have the actual coordinates, but I have assumed some values of coordinates for points P and Q. So now I have to find values of alpha and beta. And once I have these values of alpha and beta, I can easily get my midpoint R. So let's solve this. For midpoint R, I can say that using midpoint formula, let us say midpoint is given by HK, or you can use any other term as well. So midpoint is given as, say, suppose HK. Using midpoint formula, alpha plus 2 beta upon 2 is H, and K would be alpha plus beta upon 2. Therefore, I can say 2H is equal to alpha plus 2 beta, and 2K is equal to alpha plus beta. So simplify to get values of alpha and beta. So how can we do that? Can we substitute any value of H, alpha, beta common? Okay, so best thing is to subtract, so that alpha terms will cancel out. Here we'll have 2 H minus of K, which is equal to 2 beta minus beta, that's 1 beta. Therefore, I have value of beta over here, which is equal to 2 into H minus K. Now, using this term, beta is equal to 2 into H minus K, I can get value of my alpha. Substitute value of beta over here. I can say that 2H is equal to alpha plus beta. Instead of beta, I can write 2H minus K. Therefore, that would be 2H is equal to alpha plus 2H minus 2K. Therefore, anything cancels out. 2H is cancelling out. I can say alpha is equal to 2K. Okay. Now I have got values of alpha and beta. What else is given to us? It is given that the foot of perpendicular meets at point Q. So this line PQ is perpendicular to this line y is equal to x. And if two lines are perpendicular, I can say that their slopes are going to be negative reciprocals. M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to x. Slope of this is equal to 1. So what would be slope of line PQ? It would be minus 1. Therefore, slope of line PQ is equal to minus 1. But now I have the coordinates of my line PQ. Slope of PQ is obtained by using formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1, that would be beta minus alpha, upon x2 minus x1, that is 2 beta minus alpha, which is equal to minus 1. And I have values of beta and alpha. Beta is nothing but 2 into h minus k, minus of alpha is nothing but 2k, divided by 2 beta. So that would be 4 times h minus k minus of alpha, that is minus of 2k. Value of this term is equal to minus 1. So this last equation, it doesn't contain any terms of alpha and beta, only the terms are h and k. After simplifying this, the last equation, instead of writing h and k, replace it with x and y, and that is your locus of midpoint of PQ. That is your final answer. So just go through this. You have 10 seconds. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So we have used whatever information was given to us. Two lines were given, perpendicular was given. We did not have the coordinates of PQ to get the midpoint. So we have assumed those coordinates. But as we have assumed, we need to find values of alpha and beta so that we can eliminate them. But how can I find values of alpha and beta? By solving them. I have subtracted the two equations, after which I give value of alpha and beta. One more thing is given, that the foot of perpendicular meets at point Q. Therefore, I need to find slope of line PQ, and slope of line PQ is -1. Why is it -1? Because it is perpendicular to another line y is equal to x of slope 1. Therefore, using my slope formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. I'll, instead of writing b and alpha, I'll replace it with the terms containing h and k. So my final equation would have only h and k terms, which is my locus of midpoint of line PQ. Let's see next question. This question was again asked in your 2020 exam. Let origin O and point A be the two fixed points. Then locus of P such that perimeter of triangle AOP is equal to 4. Okay. It's given that it's a triangle. The three coordinates are A, O, and P. I have values or exact coordinates of A and O. So let us say that coordinates of P are x dash and y dash. So this is my triangle. O has coordinates 0, 0, A has coordinates 0 and 1. One more thing is given that perimeter is equal to 4. Perimeter is nothing but addition of sides. So addition of sides means length of AP plus length of OP plus length of OA, and this is equal to 4. How much is OA? I can get this by using my distance formula, x2 under root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So 0 minus this, 0 minus 1, 1 square, under root 1 square is 1. So length of OA is 1. So I can say that AP plus OP plus 1 is equal to 4. So this length plus this length should be 3. How can I get length of AP? I'll use my distance formula, x2 minus x1 square. So that would be x dash minus of 0, that is x dash square, plus y2 minus y1 square, that's y minus 1 the whole square. Length of OP would be x minus 0 square, so that is x dash square plus y dash square. And this is equal to 4 minus 1, 3. So just simplify this. This will give you the locus of point P. So the question was very easy, just simplification would be a bit longer. So if you simplify this, x dash square plus y minus 1 the whole square is equal to 3 minus, take this to other side, x dash square plus y dash square, then square on both sides, comma, we get comma. Squaring this, square root would cancel out, so x square plus y minus 1 the whole square is y square minus 2y plus 1, and this would be 3 square, this the whole square, so 3 square 9 plus b square is this, so x square plus y square minus of 2 times ab, so minus 2 into 3, that would be 6 into under root x square plus y square. Simplify the terms which are getting cancelled out, so this is getting cancelled out, 9. I hope you can easily solve this further. Just remove this equation sign and that would be equation of locus. So pretty easy question. Triangle was given, perimeter was given. We have found the sides by using a distance formula. Just equate them and simplify the equation. Okay. Let's see next question. Lines are drawn parallel to this line, 4x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0 at a particular distance of 3 by 5 from origin. Which of the following points lies on the line? So find which of following points lie on line. So you have 4 options in which 4 points are given to you. So how can you check if a particular point lies on the line or not? First, you'll need equation of that line, and then just substitute your options 1, 2, 3, 4. Whichever option satisfies that line, that point is going to lie on that line. So important thing over here is to find the equation of that line first. So how can we get equation of all the lines? So let's see what condition is given to you. There is a point O, which is origin 0, 0. It is mentioned in the question, and at a distance of 3 by 5. So let us say this is my 3 by 5 distance. One line is drawn, this line, which is 4x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now I have to find other lines of equations which would be parallel. So this is just one line of equation. All the lines of equations which would be parallel to this would be 4x minus 3y plus lambda is equal to 0. So I need to find lambda first. And how can I get lambda? I can get by using the given information. The distance is given to me of a point from a line. Therefore, I can use my distance formula. And what is my distance formula? Distance formula is distance is equal to mod of ax1. So 4 x1 coordinate of this is 0 plus by1. So this is minus 3 into coordinate of this is 0 plus c. I want all the lines. So I'm going to assume c to be lambda under root of a square plus b square. 4 square 16 plus 3 square 9. Simplify this. 3 is equal to lambda upon under root 25. So it would be 5 over here. So that this and this cancels out. Therefore, I can say lambda is equal to plus or minus 3. Therefore, the two lines would be 4x minus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0. And my second line can be 4x minus 3y minus 3 is equal to 0. Just go through this question. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Perfect. Let's see next question. This was again asked in your JEE exams. One equation is given to you. Y is equal to sine x into sine of x plus 2 minus of sine square of x plus 1. This represents a straight line, and you have to find it represents a straight line in only your first quadrant, in your second and third quadrant. Then another option is third and fourth quadrant, or option fourth is first and fourth quadrant. So this represents equation of a line, and you have to find out whether these lines would lie in first, second, third, fourth quadrant, or if it's a mixture like second and third, then which exact quadrants it would lie. Okay, so let's simplify. Y is equal to sine x into sine of x plus 2 minus of sine square of x plus 1. Which are the formulas that we can use? Sin x into sine of x plus 2. If it was just sine of x plus 2, I could use my sine a plus b formula and expand. But I'm having multiplication over here, sin x into this. So it looks like 2 sin a sin b format. So I will use that formula. What is 2 sin a sin b? 2 is not there, so I'll balance 2 over here first. 2 sin a sin b is 2 cos of a minus b. So x minus x plus 2, so that x cancels out, minus 2, minus of cos of a plus b. So a plus b, x plus x, 2x plus 2, minus of sine square theta. What is formula for sine square theta? 1 minus cos 2 theta. So cos 2 theta formula is 1 minus, just write this again, cos of 2 theta formula is 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Cos 2 theta has 4 formulas: sin square theta, 1 minus 2 sine square theta, 2 cos square theta minus 1, 1 minus tan square upon 1 plus tan square. So out of that, one formula is cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square. So from here I can say that sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2. Therefore sine square theta is 1 minus cos of 2 theta. So 2 into theta in this case is x plus 1 upon 2. Open the brackets. What is cos of minus theta? Cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. It's an even term, and sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So cos of minus 2 is cos of 2. This would be cos of 2x plus 2 upon 2 multiply by minus. This would be cos of multiply by 2 inside the bracket, 2x plus 2 by 2. This and this cancels out. So over here I have minus half plus cos of 2 upon 2. Taking minus half common, I will be left with 1 minus cos of 2. This looks like 1 minus cos 2 theta formula. 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sine square theta. So that would be 2 sine square theta. Theta in this case is 2. So 2 and 2 will cancel out. So final answer is equal to minus of sine square. Okay, it should be theta by 2. So sine square of 1. Minus of sine square of 1. So this is my final answer. So if I draw a graph, I am going to get minus of sine square of 1. So that would give me a line which is going to pass through minus 1. And where does this line lie? It lies in my third and fourth quadrants. So my correct answer would be third and fourth quadrant. So just go through the solving method. First we have used 2 sin A sin B formula. Here we have used cos 2 theta formula. Cancelled, open bracket, simplified. After simplification again 1 minus cos 2 theta formula was used. 2 sin square theta. Simplified. I am getting sin square 1. That would be my first and second quadrant. But it is minus sign over here. Therefore that would lie in third and fourth quadrant. Also remember that value of cos of minus theta is cos of theta. Okay. Any doubts still here? Perfect. So should we solve one more question or should we stop? So this would be a last day today on this chapter. From tomorrow we'll be starting with a new chapter. Okay. Okay, we'll stop here then. Thank you everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay.